Hello, I'm Professor Paul Henderson at University College London and author of the book James Sowerby, the Enlightenment's Natural Historian. "200 years ago, James Sowerby died on the 25th of October, 1822, aged 65. Sir Thomas Cullen, a distinguished surgeon and botanist, said, 'Alas, poor Sowerby is no more. What a loss to science.' Indeed, it was a loss. It brought to the close a remarkable creativity and period of scientific contribution. His portrait of him aged 59 shows him seated and surrounded by evidence of his many productions, including his books, his scale of colours meant for artists who are wishing to depict natural history, and also a specimen of the Wold Cottage meteorite, which he himself described and which is now in the Natural History Museum. He was son of a lapidary, an apprentice to artists who were depicting nature themselves. He was a student at the newly created Royal Academy, and his talent there was soon fully recognised. William Curtis, famous historian of the time, employed him on his grand Flora Londinensis, where Sowerby shows the detail of all parts of the plants with good taxonomic detail as well as beauty. Sowerby was an early fellow of the Linnean Society and soon was working for the president, James Smith, such as in his coloured figures of rare plants in 1790, considered to be at that time and still some of his finest work. Soon Sowerby had James Smith working for him. His English Botany, which started with Sowerby engrossing, as it were, Smith to undertake some of the taxonomic descriptions, ran to some 36 volumes over several years and was accessible by huge numbers of people. It was a huge success indeed, reaching to an incredibly wide audience. And then only 6 years later he was publishing his own work of coloured figures of English fungi or mushrooms. And he moved on to depict British minerals in the weighty volumes with magnificent illustrations of British mineralogy. Later he even worked on exotic mineralogy. He was also a fellow of the Geological Society. During this time he illustrated with 76 plates his own work of British miscellany, which included fantastic pictures, even one of a sea anemone. Smith still collaborated with Sowerby, for he was involved in a major work on illustrating what was to become recognised as the most beautiful and expensive book in the world, Flora Graeca, based on the collections made by Professor Sibthorpe when he was doing his travels in Greece and elsewhere. The delicacy, accuracy, and beauty of these illustrations, together with their taxonomic significance, is truly magnificent. Since Sowerby was keenly interested in all aspects of natural history, he was soon working on fossils and other organisms, bringing in his two sons to help with this vast endeavour. He brought in William Smith, deemed to be the father of English geology, to work with him on his strata of English rocks, where he shows in a fine depiction some of the fossils that occur within particular strata, and the plates on a page that is coloured in the coloration of the rock, a rather ingenious idea of the time. This and other collaborative works continued until James's death, many of which were then contributed to and continued by his son. I think it is fair to say that James Sowerby must be seen as one of the most influential natural historians of his time by bringing to the world, both professionals and the everyday person, the beauty and wonders of all aspects of the natural world.